In this section, we're going to explore group lighting and practical lighting in a card table scene. This organizes 3 people in a card table, and we're going to go ahead and light all 3 of them in such a way that it feels cohesive. As you can see from this shot, it feels like it's a naturally lit shot. Before we actually go into how we did it, let's just talk about exactly what's going on in the frame right here. We have 3 people, different skin tones, different features. We have a practical bulb in that fixture that's in the center of the table, and that is actually lighting their faces. But that's just not enough, because if you actually just used it by itself, it's going to be a little bit too stark. There's going to be too much contrast. It won't feel like it's a natural environment. So we have to add fill light. We have to add backlight, so it feels like that those Christmas lights in the background are actually adding light to the scene. That green practical in the back, we have to add light on Elaine, her right shoulder, to make it feel like that green light is actually coming from the practical. We have to enhance the shot in a lot of different ways to arrive at this kind of lighting that feels natural, it feels good, it feels like it's a real shot. There's a lot of different ways that you can light it. You can choose to turn off the fill light, turn off all the rim lights, and just have the center light, that center fixture above the card table. We're going to go ahead and discuss how we arrived at this lighting. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to discuss just the individual lights and what they're doing, just in case you don't want to go through the entire step-by-step of how we did the scene. You just want to get essentially what each light is doing and just want to bolt out of this particular section onto something else. You can do that if you like. So let's look at the set. This is a behind-the-scenes camera, B camera, watching the entire set. The first light that we have is this particular HMI, the 400 watt HMI that we used the last time. That is mimicking the action of this particular light. This is the practical light that we have in the shot in the background. It has a green gel on it. We also have a green gel on the HMI to mimic that light. We also have a double net in front of the HMI as well to bring its output down by 50%, which is one whole stop, and bring it down to, let's say, the equivalent of a 200 watt HMI, because otherwise it would be too bright and it won't mimic that practical properly. It'll overcome the practical, it'll become the key light, and it won't feel like all the light is coming from the center overhead practical anymore that's right above the card table. Now watch what happens when we turn off that HMI and you lose that light. There it goes. The practical light, that green practical light, kind of hangs back there and it doesn't feel like it's doing anything anymore. Here we go. Let's watch it again. Here it is being turned off. And once again, that green practical really has no meaning on the set. It doesn't impact the characters anymore. Now watch what happens when we turn off the green practical back there in the background. It's still a good scene. It still has a lot of dynamic quality, but it feels like we kind of lost something there. Like there was something that the green light practical with the green HMI was kind of giving us that it's just not giving us anymore, that limelight kind of. Creatively, you may disagree, you may not like it, but if you want to introduce something like that, be it window light or a green limelight or something like that, that is how you would do it. You would first introduce a practical back there that gives motivation for, let's just say, an HMI and another light source to come in with the same color, quality, and consistency and provide light from that direction. Next up is going to be the fill light. That's this light right over here on the left side. And what that's going to do is going to fill in the shadows so that it feels like it's a properly lit shot. It's not going to be too stark so that the shadows won't be too dark, and you'll actually be able to see the features of the people a little bit better. It'll show up on people's televisions a little bit better too. You can of course choose to do without a fill light if you want. That's a creative choice. But that is where you'd want to put, for instance, a fill light. That's the type of consistency and the amount and the quality of the light that you would want from that fill light. Next up is 2 sets of Christmas lights that are hanging on the chairs back there that is giving motivation for 4 sets of 150 watt lights that are actually lighting the chairs themselves and also lighting the people themselves. When they light the chairs, they're considered set lights or prop lights or special lights. A lot of different names for them. They're just, lighting pieces of hardware or objects that are actually on the set. However, when you're lighting the subjects that are in the frame or the actors that are in the frame, they're considered rim lights, and also that depends on their position and their angle. Because they're behind the subjects and off to the left and to the right side of the frame, they're rim lighting the subjects. If they were directly behind and in line with the camera, they'd of course be backlights. In the step-by-step procedure that you're going to watch here in a little bit, if you choose to watch it, we might refer to those rim lights as backlights sometimes, and also vice versa. But they're technically rim lights because they come in from the left and the right side of the frame rather than directly in line with the camera. So let's actually show the action of these rim lights and set lights. First, we're going to start with this particular rim light. This is the one off of the right side of the frame, and watch it go off. And watch what it does from the camera A. There it is right there. Now we're going to go ahead and go to the left side of the frame and watch the left side rim light going off. There's the position right there, so you can see exactly where it is. Here it is actually going off right there. And here it is from camera A, so you can actually see it right there. So those are the lights that mimic the effect of the Christmas lights on the subjects. Now these are the lights. This is the set light on the left side of the frame that mimics the effect of the set light on the chairs themselves. Here it is going off. You can see it. There it is off. And here's the effect. There it is. The chair kind of disappears from the background. It doesn't feel like the Christmas lights are actually lighting the chairs anymore. They're just kind of point lights back there. Now we hop to the other side of the frame and are going to watch the effect of the other set light on the chair. And here it is being turned off. It's not as much of a great effect, but you can see it kind of right there being turned off. It just has a very minimal effect over there. Now this technique of using a light on the left side of the frame to light something on the right side of the frame, and vice versa on the right to light something on the left, is called cross-lighting. And the reason that you would want to do that is because it allows you to light a subject that's in the frame but without casting its shadow on the background. If you were not to cross-light, you would cast the shadows of these objects directly on the background. It would actually spoil the effect. It wouldn't feel like this is actually the Christmas lights that are lighting these objects. It would feel like a set then. Next thing we're going to turn off is the Christmas lights, and here they are being turned off right there. You can feel it. It's kind of the background has gone bare and dark, and there's no point lights in the background right now to create that sense of depth that we had before. It's really important to have a practical in the background or a point source in the background to create that feeling like there's something back there lighting the rest of the set, lighting the actual actors, and without that there, the lights just feel like they're part of a set. The final light we're going to talk about is the main practical light that's hanging over the card table. It's a 40-watt bare bulb that is being used to actually light the actors' faces, and it's the main key light for the entire set because that's what actually creating the major shadows on the subjects themselves. So everything else is kind of in there just to help out this main practical light. We actually use the light from the 40-watt bare bulb to actually light their faces. That's the beauty of being able to shoot with, for instance, a video camera that has a very high sensitivity. It'll actually be able to use the 40-watt bulb. We don't have to put in a 200-watt photographic bulb, for instance, or a 300-watt for that matter. If you were shooting film, video will pick up on the 40-watt bulb, and it is enough to actually light these people's faces without using gain. We're just wide open in the aperture. If you watch the step-by-step process, at the end we're going to use different bulbs in here. We're going to use a 100-watt bulb. We're also going to use a 13-watt fluorescent bulb in there, and we're going to try to make it flicker by changing the actual shutter speed of the camera. And we're going to look at what kind of color cast it's going to have as opposed to, let's say, the regular 2900 degrees Kelvin bare bulb or the household bulb that's in there right now. So go ahead and, if you like, watch the step-by-step. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's the only other long step-by-step procedure we're going to have, and it has the real audio from the set, so you can enjoy actually listening to how we actually work through the entire procedure from start to finish. Here we go. I think you should. You got about 28 hours to spare?
Listen, you want to make a movie, this is how you do it.
Just go out and do it. Quit asking me.
This is a plug-a-majiggy. Takes several plugs in at once.
Cube tap.
It's a cube tap. Plug in 1, 2, 3 to 1.
I know you think I got you rolling cables enough, don't you? But I didn't.
I do it like a pro.
I gotta get everything 5 or 6 times.
Put people to shame with my cable wrangling ability.
Always roll from the light to the cable end, not from the cable end back to the light. What is that thing called?
It's a 3-to-1. Plug in one side, it gives you 3 outlets.
What's it also called? Like a vernacular name?
Cube tap?
Pigtail.
What is it?
It's
It's a pigtail.
A little bit of teamwork here.
I just spilled my soda all over myself. Please excuse me.
Now the question is that how far can you fly it in though with just one C-stand? It's not going to fly in enough. This is a card table scene. There's 4 people. We need something longer than just one arm. So obviously just one C-stand arm is not going to be enough to fly this in because it won't be able to get in. It's only 40 inches. It won't be able to get in the middle of a card table. So we're going to have to extend it or do something else in order to make it come out so that it can actually go in far enough into the card table.
Why don't we use the backdrop? Roll the backdrop up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We could roll the backdrop up and then hang it off the top of the backdrop.
That's not a bad idea. I mean, you know, what is
all we
this?
need is a big pole, or even just
What are you assembling there? Jeez. What is this? Legos?
Couple of offset arms. What do you think?
Here, hold on. Let me swing this around. Get a sandbag real quick.
That looks very safe. And you're telling me that's not going to come crashing down on those people?
No.
Oh, you're going to use 2 C-stands? Right?
I don't need to. You got it?
All right, for my sake, can we use 2 C-stands?
Yeah. Jeez, this guy's a friggin'
The He-Man.
torque monkey, man. Jesus. And then raise them up.
Yeah. Ready?
Yep. Great. Genius.
It's a proscenium arch.
No, I don't actually. I don't have cable.
And the reason why you don't want to tie it off up there is because you'd have to get a ladder and 2 people to adjust the height. Now
Right.
from here, if you want to step back a second, watch, I can adjust the height without a ladder and 2 people.
Right.
And just tie a little knot in here. And that'll hold it until we secure it.
You a sailor?
Yeah. Now we can actually go over the There you go. Now let's stay centered.
Who knew when we bought these chairs and that table for 50 bucks? It was gonna. On hot days, you must stay hydrated. Hydrate or die. It looks good right now. I mean, we might adjust it. Okay, turn it down.
House lights down.
House lights are going down.
Cool. That's nice. That looks really good. Okay, so that's what we have when we first get started with just the 40-watt bulb at full wide 0 decibels gain with a 40-watt bulb. Okay, so we have a lot of glare here on the monitor from the outside right there, and we're going to ask for a courtesy flag so that we don't have to see this glare anymore. Courtesy flag, please.
Flying in.
And more to the left. There you go. Thank you. And now we have our courtesy flag there to flag our monitor. Can I get a sandbag, please?
Copy that.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
That should give us enough POV now. Okay, so let's go ahead and fly in the 400 on the right side right there, hitting the wall. And we need to also find some, like a cookie sheet for it. Let's go ahead and just let it settle for a second. And let's go ahead and point the HMI on the back wall. And rotate the barn doors clockwise a little bit. And fly in the cookie.
Coming in.
Is that HMI on full flood?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go up higher with the HMI, like about maybe 8 feet up, and aim it down. Move the cookie around a little bit, try to get a better pattern on the back wall, maybe, because it's just not, it doesn't look right. Hold that sandbag. We're gonna have to move that cookie a little bit. Now, bring it back closer to the light and just kind of go up with it a little bit. Try to find a better pattern, a better spread.
Something like that.
Oh. Nah, that looks horrible. I'm trying to think if we have like slats, like shutters.
We can use black foil and cut the slats ourselves.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
You know what are awesome are ellipsoidal lights.
Do me a favor, Mike, just try clamping this to a C-stand.
Yeah, that'd be good.
We'll try yours too, but I'm just saying, like, I want to.
Yeah, no, I know.
We'll try it.
I mean, this is a total last resort. You got to put it real close to the light too.
No, yours works better. Put Ivan, put yours up. That's fine. That's good.
Okay.
Try clamping that somehow.
This or?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, can you fly out that that cucularis, please? The cookie sheet on the C-stand. Slide out of the frame, please, to the left side. And let's put a double net in its place.
Double net. It's coming in.
We're going to also need a flag at that same position to flag the light off the ground. Okay, double net in. That looks good. Oh, actually, you went ahead and flagged it off the ground anyhow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Can you rotate that barn door? Give me something different, just so I can take a look at it.
I can rotate the foil if you want.
The barn doors just won't rotate?
Yeah, I don't know. There's something
Like, they keep falling out of the track. I don't know.
something funky about them.
Oh, okay.
Give me 1 second. Let me try one more time.
Test, test. Yeah, that looks fine. Can you just pan that light to the right a little bit more? A little bit more. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Back to the left. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Right there. Just hold it right there. Lock it in.
Great.
Okay, let's start getting some 150s up as backlights or rim lights for these guys. We're going to need 4 150s. You can use the peppers as well too. 2 REs and 2 peppers, both 2 on one side, 2 on the other side. One hitting, 2 REs from both sides hitting our subjects, and 2 peppers on both sides hitting the chairs cross lights. So yeah, we're going to rim with the 150s over there.
We're not using atmosphere
these,
on this, right?
well, we might. We might later. I want to try to use as much smoke as possible in different shots.
Yeah.
And then this one right here is the 150 that's going to hit that chair.
Okay.
Thank
right
you.
here. So these are positioned right now?
Yeah.
This is for them?
That's for them. This is for the chair.
Okay.
This is for them. That's cool. Thank you.
Striking. Striking. Which one do you want me to hit with this one? This one?
Yeah, just hit the chair, spot it in.
The chair on the right of the frame?
Yeah, cross. No, across. Yeah, the green chair. And can you add, please, amber gels to all the lights?
All of them?
All of them, because we don't have anything purple anymore. It's just all amber. Mike, also do me a favor. Can you kill that HMI? I'm really not sure that that's working for me at all. Thank you.
Do you have the amber gel? Okay.
What's that? Yeah, he's got a big sheet. We can cut it.
He's got it.
Because you just need a very small piece for the...
Yeah.
The scissors are right there on the table. Can you cut one away from his body? But just away from his body, start from the top. Thank you. Thank you.
Trying to stab him.
Okay, so that's an orange gel on the back 150 to the right, another one on the front 150 to the right, and we're getting one right now on the left back 150, or left front 150, and now coming up is the left back 150. And we're steadily watching the mood changing completely. It's becoming a nice mood now. Ivan, can you sit in that leftmost chair over here on the left side? And move in, and lean in with your arms on the table. Can you take off your hat, please, sir? Thank you. That looks really nice. Okay. So, okay, Ivan, thank you.
No problem.
So the thing is that the 400 watt HMI just was not working as moonlight on the back wall.
Yeah.
Do you have any suggestions?
Oh, to liven up the back?
No, to make it look like moonlight
Oh, well,
coming through a
adding
window.
Either, well, if the background's blue, you could put it on them, and then it would look more like moonlight if we add green to it.
Green as opposed to blue?
Well, I mean, it'll go 5600 blue right now, and then
Right.
it'll be a little green, so it'll have more of a cyan, or if we have a cyan gel.
Okay, try it and show me what you mean. And we have the gels are right there on the table. Thank you. Can you guys move that light further towards the corner of the room, towards that door entryway?
Is that HMI?
And yeah, and go back through that double net too, because it needs the double net.
Move this back.
You're not gonna go with the slats anymore, Ivan?
I don't know. Would you want it? I mean,
They look pretty nice, because a second ago, before you took them out, they look really nice.
okay.
It kind of broke up the light from that
Yeah.
thing a little bit.
All right.
Now it looks like a stage light, you know?
Yeah. So back a little, a little, like right here, so it can hit him. Yeah, that's good.
Don't look at the light. Yeah, that's looking really nice now. With the slats and the double, it's gonna look really nice.
So do you want the pattern broken up more than that
Okay, I really like that light on her, but we need some kind of consistency, Ivan.
on him?
No, it's fine. It doesn't have to hit him, but I need some kind of a reason why that green light is there. Either, I mean, we don't have to have moonlight anymore. I like the green light a lot, but I just need to see some reason why it's there. Maybe because there's a green light back in the back or something.
Okay.
A limelight type of thing. I don't know. What do you think? I can't really.
Is it out of frame?
It's reflecting so much light from the orange that it's not really making it feel like that there is a
Okay.
bulb there.
But if you line them with thing with a green gel.
That glass is just a little bit more to the right, screen right.
Do you want to spray it with bone spray?
No, but then you can't see it at all. Oh. All right, kill that background light. Just forget about it. Okay, let's cut the cameras. Have some lunch. Let's have the house lights up, please. Okay, I'll take a half-hour lunch. Half-hour lunch. Go ahead, Arnie. That's your seat right there on the left side. Go ahead and move in some more, Arnie. Yeah, I mean, even if you have to kind of rotate your legs off to the angle a little bit, you know? Yeah, because I got to see you in the frame. And then lean in with your elbows. Yeah, like that. There you go. Well, move back a little bit with your chair. And there you go. Right there. That's good. I just realized that if I don't sit, I'm never going to finish this because I can't think while I'm running around like a madman. No, I want to actually use the gel so we can take it away, you know, and show the difference with and without it and how it influences the mood, you know. Can you grab me that fluorescent bulb right there? The screw-in bulb. I just don't want to forget to use it in the overhead. Remind me to use it when we get done with everything.
And the light over the table?
Yeah, I want to see what it looks like. Okay, Elaine, go ahead and take a seat and we'll switch off the overheads. Yeah, if you don't mind, it'd be great. Thank you. Overheads going down.
Striking.
Okay, Ivan, that was a good job. Just do me a favor.
Yeah.
Rotate that lamp a little bit more to the right.
Rotate it like this.
Clockwise. No. Spin the whole thing clockwise. There you go, right there, like that. And no, wait, stay where you are. Tilt it down. Just like that. It's good. And you know that storm lamp right there? No, the one that takes the candle
Yeah.
right there. That's actually not a bad prop. Just put it back further behind the lamp.
Behind the lamp.
Yeah, behind the IKEA lamp. behind that floor standing lamp. And a little bit to my right.
To your right? This
To
way?
my right. Keep going. Keep going. Right there. Stop. Okay, back to the left a little bit. I'm sorry. Right there. That's good. That looks really nice. Do me a favor. Can you lower this lamp a little bit more into the shot, just to like an inch?
Do you want me to try to fix the gel on that? I mean, or do you?
That doesn't really bother me. I mean,
Okay,
too
that's
much.
fine.
I mean, we could probably just tilt it down a little bit more.
Okay. Striking.
Okay, just like an inch.
There.
Up a little bit, just a little bit higher. Right there.
Striking.
Thank you. Can you try to steady that a little bit?
This.
No, try to steady it so it stops wobbling a little bit. Okay, and the gel just popped off of your light there. Can you fly in that 650 with a Chimera on a dimmer, please? Right in front of the camera is fill light, with 2 doubles inside it too. Pan it to the right a little bit more.
Pan it.
Pan it to the right, and tilt down. Okay, that should be fine. It's kind of hanging over our
Yeah,
shoulder a
it's
little bit
hanging
too
over.
much.
Huh?
We should probably like straighten out the curve of the thing a little bit. It's kind of like matching the pattern of her shoulder. And move it a little bit to the right too, please.
Move it over to the right.
To my right. Stop. And pan right.
Pan right.
Pan right. And tilt down. Move it like that.
Down.
No, like towards the wall, like, twist it. Yeah, there you go, like that. That's cool. That's cool, right there. It's continuous. It's good. This is going to be our fill. It's going to be on a dimmer. It's going to be on a dimmer. That's going to be on a dimmer, please. Let's power it up. And this is 650 coming up from the camera for fill with 2 doubles on a dimmer. Dim it down, please. All the way down. And give me like 10%. Okay, 20%. 30%. Right there. That's good. That's a 30% dimming. On, off, about an 8-to-1 contrast. Okay. Actually, let's switch it to the other side of the camera, though, please. There we go. We're fine. Good? Yeah, we're good. Now let's switch to the right side of the camera. It's filling in Elaine as well, too. Okay. Arnie, lean into the shot. Just lean into the table. Thank you. Like that. No, you're fine. Don't move the chair. Just lean in. That's good. Ivan,
Yeah.
that green light,
Uh-huh.
can you move it further back into the background, please?
Yeah.
So it's out of the rim light. Okay, more to my right. Keep going. More to the right, 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 to the right. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Right there. Actually, a little bit more, a little bit more. More to the right. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep it on, keep going, keep going. Right there. Any last comments?
I think it's good. It's good.
Mike, you want to look at this? Give me last comments. Last look. Yeah. You good? Ivan?
Yeah.
One last thing, please. You see this Christmas light right here?
Uh-huh.
Can you move it so it sits on this side of the chair rather than the other side?
Yeah. Like that?
That's good. That's good right there. That's cool. Last looks? Everybody cool? All right.
Crossing.
So we consider this a good shot. Hey, can you guys throw some cards? Go ahead and throw some cards to each other. Okay, let's start making some variations in the theme. Let's go ahead and turn off the green practical lamp and the 400 watt HMI. And call it out when you do it, please.
Got that? Striking the practical. Striking the HMI.
And hold that. Just rolling that a little bit, just to get something different.
Yeah.
And then we'll slowly start taking away the backlights
Okay.
until we're left with just the practical.
Okay. Sweet.
Okay, let's start taking away one backlight at a time, one rim light at a time, and call it out when you do it, which one it is. Stand by.
Striking the backlight.
Okay.
Ready.
Anytime you're ready, sir.
Striking the backlight. Set light.
Go ahead.
Striking the set light. Ready? Striking the set light.
Striking fill light. And kill the practicals in the back.
Striking practicals.
Kill that practical, and then swap it out with this bulb or glove, and swap it out with that bulb, please.
Great. Crossing.
We are inserting a fluorescent bulb now instead of a 40 watt undiffused bulb to see the difference in the colors.
Going hot.
Okay, here we go. Settle the practical, thank you. We see that there's a little bit more of a greenish tint right there. Now watch the difference in colors between this 13 watt fluorescent bulb and the 40 watt bare bulb that we were using before. Here it comes up right now. You can see that the 40 watt was a little bit more pinkish, the skin tones were a little bit nicer, whereas the 13 watt is a little bit more greenish. It has a little bit more of a green tint to it. That's not necessarily bad in a scene like this though. The green tint actually helps the ambiance a little bit. Not only that, but it's giving us 40 watts of energy for only 13 watts of consumption. That's something to remember when we're shooting with generators or on batteries in the future. Also, that means that it's very efficient, so it doesn't emit as much heat.
Those fluorescent bulbs are supposed to be 3200, but they still shift a little green.
Oh yeah, they're way green, man.
Yeah.
It's so green.
They say that at the 32, and you're like, what the hell are you talking
Yeah,
about?
it's not. I mean, if it was a
It's so
professional, if it was a professional bulb like the ones you buy from Lowell,
Yeah.
they have a 20,000 hertz circuit inside, very high-speed circuit, and they're 100% 32 or 55, either way.
cool.
But
But
these
they
cheap
cost-
ones,
How much are these?
yeah, those are $25 a piece.
These are, yeah.
These are like $3 a
Yeah,
piece.
these are still expensive
exactly.
as well, too.
So now we're going to show what happens when we change the shutter speed. And we're changing shutter speed to 1/90. And we're going to start to see a little bit of phasing here pretty soon. as soon as we get close to the phasing potential of that of the AC current. This is 1/100. This is 1/125. One over 180. We're going to 3 decibels gain and 9 decibels gain to compensate. Wow, actually it's not phasing
It's
at all.
not.
That's a high-speed power supply inside that bulb.
Yeah.
So even at 1/250th shutter speed, we are not able to make this $3 fluorescent bulb phase. It is casting a more greenish light, which is actually kind of interesting. And even at 1/250th, we're not able to make it phase at all, like a cheap fluorescent would, like these overheads up here would. It is not phasing one bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take away the 9 decibels gain, back down. We're going to go back down to 1/60th shutter speed, and let's bring all the lights back on with this guy,
Okay.
with this existing bulb. Thank you. Here comes the fill, on, off, on, off. Give me like 40% on that fill real quick. Can you give me a little bit more on the fill? Just 10% more. 10% more. Oh,
10%.
got it?
Yeah.
And 10% more. Now give me all the way. That's all the way on the 650 with 2 doubles inside it, which means we're knocking it down 75%. It's only outputting 25% of its light. But the reason we're using it as opposed to a smaller instrument like a 150 is because we wanted the larger lens to go through the chimera. We're using about a 2x3 chimera in there, medium-sized chimera. Go back down to nothing, please.
0.
0. And then up to 30% where we were before. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and start adding the lights. Just call it out as you do it.
Striking a set light.
Do the practicals last.
Striking backlight.
You can see easily the backlight here coming up on the left side and separating the models from the background.
Striking second set light.
Arnie, lean in a little bit, please. Arnie, lean in a little bit. Thank you.
Striking the second backlight. Striking the second backlight.
Okay, we see our backlight separating Elaine from the background as well, too.
Striking
Now let's just have the practicals now. Thank you.
Problem? Striking practicals.
Here comes the practicals. And the last thing we're going to do is just the green light and the... give me the green light first,
No,
then the practical.
The HMI. Then
Give me the HMI first, then the practical.
Cold striking HMI.
Now the HMI, of course, is going to take a little bit longer for it to heat up. Stand by on that practical until the HMI reaches temperature. It's coming up there. Okay, let's get that practical on.
Copy that.
Thank you.
Striking set light.
Thank you. Let's just roll on that for a second with the fluorescent bulb inside the overhead lamp. Okay, Ivan, here's our experiments now. Okay, this is our 40 again. Let's replace that bulb with a 40.
Okay.
40 watt going in. Okay, so this is the 40 watt bulb that we originally had. Thank you. Sit on that for a second. Notice that the colors have gone away from green again. We're back to the kind of pinkish skin tones, a lot nicer. 100 watt bulb instead of the 40 watt bulb. Swapping the 40 watt for a 100 watt bulb. Now we have to make an exposure change, an exposure adjustment now, of course. We're exposing down from f1.7 down to f2.6. Notice how the backlights have gone a lot darker now. Arnie, lean in for me, please. Thank you. Okay, so now we're down to a 25 watt bulb. Let's go ahead and iris back up again. This is at maximum iris. It obviously has no effect at this point. So 40 watts was about the right intensity for a situation like this. 40 watt open bulb would be the right intensity. Puts out just enough light to not knock out the effect of the backlights and also the fill light. And at the same time, it is convincing. It actually feels like it's actually lighting these people that are sitting in front of the card table. Okay, let's pop the 40 back in, and then we'll do one last thing, and we'll be done with the scene. Thank you, sir. Okay, so the last thing we have to do right now is to go ahead and start going through every single one of the lights and turning them on and off so we can see exactly what they're doing. Anytime you're ready.
Striking the HMI.
HMI off, thank you. And practical.
Practical. Striking. Striking the backlight.
Got that,
I went
thank
around
you.
to this side. Striking the backlight.
Thank you.
And then I think I went over to this one.
Anytime you're ready.
Striking the set light.
Got that. And the
Striking
practicals. Got that. And the fill light. Stand by. Anytime you're ready, sir.
Striking the fill light. Striking the fill light.
Okay. Wow,
What was
this is
that?
so cool.
Fluorescent bulbs wattage?
13 watts.
13?
Yeah, 13 watts.
So the 13 was basically equivalent to the 40, right?
Pretty much.
So wow, so you get 4. So if you're running off of a battery or something like that, you get a lot more. Let's
Yep.
go.
It actually worked really
Yeah,
nice,
yeah,
you know?
that's good,
It looked
yeah.
really good. It kind of gave it that greenish kind of dirty look, you know?
So you
Which
get
I'm
like
sure...
you get like 1.5 stops more basically
Yeah.
than you would on.
And it would only take you an eighth magenta probably to correct it
Yeah.
back down to you know, completely non-green, which
Yeah.
wouldn't absorb as much as, you know,
Yeah.
3 times the intensity. We have the set light. We have the backlight. We have the practical lamp. We have the other backlight, rim light. Right there, that's the second rim light. The other set light. RE654 fill. And that's all she wrote, folks. So that's the set as we see it. Don't forget the 650 had 2 doubles in it, so it was knocked down 75%. Hopefully you've enjoyed this card table step-by-step scenario, and I thank you for watching it.